How you guys doing? Welcome back to the journey, episode 6. Welcome back to the series, podcast, vlog, whatever you want to call it. Still don't like the name, but we're gonna go with it for now. If you're new to this channel, my name is the real Mr. Marcelle, and in this series, we talk about the journey, the process of how to become successful in life, in relationships, in health, in wealth, and of course, business. Because that's what I like focusing on. As my wife always points out, Malcom, you talk about business 99% of the time. So today's episode is going to be about expectations. So I was on Facebook and I saw a post that Gary Vee did, and he says, I don't expect my employees to work as hard as I do. It's not their business. Boom! That's my fake bombs for you guys. Boom, boom. Thank you for the fake bombs. That sounds more like a gambling. And the reason why I want to bring that up is because how many times do we expect things from people? How many times do we expect people to help us with our goals, our dreams, our aspirations? I know I do. I expect people to have the same work ethic as I do, and that's not going to happen. As he said, it's not their business. Like, think about that. How many times have you gone to your friends, your family, and you thought they was going to support your business? How many times have you gone to them and asked them for help, and they just haven't been there to help you? The key is we expect it for two reasons. Sometimes because that's what you would do for others, but also because it's your business. You want something to be successful, you work harder at it, especially when it's yours. So there's a couple other components that we could take from this. You can say like, hey, maybe my great employees or people who I want to bring in, I should offer them some shares in my business so they can see it as their own and then take that to the next level. That's why a lot of big companies offer you stock options. They tie the CEO's um, profit or the manager's shares to how good the business does. Success sharing, that you call it, or bonuses, because they know that, hey, if you focus on this business and help grow it so you can make more money, it's a win-win for everyone. They have to have that personal tie to it. I know it's a little bit off topic, but this is also why the bank requires you to put a down payment. Did you think about that? You like that one? Mm-hmm. Because the bank wants you to have your own skin in the game. Because if you do, then you'll take better care of the property. I'm dropping bombs tonight. No, you didn't like the bombs? She shows she didn't like my bombs. But if you don't have your own invested interest in something, what is holding you there? There's nothing. Employees are only there because right now you're paying them. But if you stop paying them, will they still work? It's very few people who treat a job or someone else's business like their own, especially if they're not getting some kind of bonus or incentive to make them want to work harder. So you have to really find your employees who are going to become raving fans. They're going to, everything they want to do is about the company. They talk about it on their days off. They talk about it when they're on vacation. They're so in love with the company, the culture, and everything about it that they just spew it 100% of the time. Those are the people who are going to treat your business like it's their own. Now, when you are doing your business, you also have to understand that not everyone's going to do that. It's going to be very few people who are going to have that enthusiasm in the business as you do. So if you can't find them and you know they're not going to have it, then do you just find good employees and go with that understanding that they're not going to work as hard as you would do it on your own business? This is food for thought, right? What do you think? Give me your opinion. How do you feel about it?
No, I get it. Because at the end of the day, no one is going to work as hard in your business for you as they would for themselves. So,
do you think it's wrong for business owners to expect people to work as hard on their business?
yeah,
It is.
it is. Because if you're not giving them something in return, they're not going to, because this is your business is something you can pass down to your future generations. It's not something that they can pass down to their future generations. So you can't ask them or expect them to work as hard for your kids and your family and your future than they're not doing for their own.
I like that. I even bring that up. Because you have the ownership of the company, you can pass it down. That's why I really think having a stock option is important when you're growing your team, and only when you're at that level. When you're at that level to start offering up shares and stuff like that. When you're not at that level, then you have to just deal with what you can. You're gonna have to find people who work hard, but understand they're not gonna give it the same drive or motivation as you do. They're not gonna be on call 24/7 unless you're paying them extremely well, where it's worth their time. But at the end of the day, it's not theirs. They have no ownership. They have no skin in the game. So the question to you is, how are you going to fix this? Are you going to just accept this, or is there another way around it? Now, I don't have all the answers because, by all means, I have employees, but they don't have skin in the game yet. They do work very hard, and I'm very appreciative for the hard work that they do, but it's not their business. So it's only so much they're willing to do. I think that was dropping bombs, dropping bombs. Boom, 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 boom. Another thing I want to talk about that I figured out today is understanding your numbers. I spoke a little bit about it. I think it was yesterday when we was talking about the sales process. But understanding your numbers is something that can take your business to new heights. And I always knew about it, but actually breaking it down is something I like telling you guys, and I tell it to myself always. It's if you have a dream that's not written down, it's called a wish. You're hoping for something. And that's the same thing with your numbers. You need to break down your sales and have tangible goals on things you can achieve to create the success you want. You want to be a millionaire? All right. How many units do you need to sell? How many do you need to sell a day? How many do you need to sell a week? How many do you need to sell a month? These are tangible numbers that you need to know for your business. So as you guys know, one of my main focuses are loans. So I want to make $1 million in loans. Malcolm, how many loans do you need to close to hit that number? If my math is correct, I think it was 239 or 235. Granted, it could be more, it could be less, depending on the loan amount that I do and also my percentage. But basic numbers you should know. Then you need to know how many loans is that for the month. How many loans do you need to close a week to have that number? These are things that I was supposed to do that I just didn't. And if you're going to take your business serious, you need to treat it like a business. And we fail to do that a lot of times. And myself included, I failed to do it. So today I went through my numbers, broke it down, broke out how many sales I need to do for the year, how many sales I need to do for the month, and what I need to be bringing in for my new clients for my webinar. How many clients am I going to try to get for my referrals? How many sales calls are Malcolm going or Malcolm? I don't know why I'm talking in third person. How many sales calls am I going to do per week to make sure I achieve my numbers? These are things that you break down. And it's funny because when I was doing my coaching calls, I was doing this for the people I was coaching, and yet I was failing to do it to myself. That means my own expectations were lower than the expectations I was setting for the clients that I was helping to get better with their loan process and their sales process. And that's why you need to understand that in your business, sometimes you got to stop and focus on what you're doing to get better. And that's another reason why I suggest teaching people, because the more you teach, the more you realize, wait, hold on, that is really smart. I just said something really smart, but why am I not following my own advice? Why am I not doing it? So I really think one of these things that I'm learning about going through this journey is the more I'm teaching and giving to you guys, the more I'm finding things that I can do better, things that I have that I'm at fault for, because this isn't new information. I know I should be knowing my numbers. The numbers should be on the back of my hand, and I wasn't. And it wasn't because I was being lazy. It's just something that gets overlooked when you're trying to expand your business. And these small little things are what could break your business or help it create $1 million. So I want you to go back, look at your numbers. What things are you expecting from other people that you aren't doing yourself? Forget about your employees. What things aren't you doing that you should be doing for your business right now? And what things can you be doing better? Yesterday, we talked about the sales process. Go back, look at your sales process. Tonight or today, whenever you watch this video, go through your numbers and see what do you need to do to hit that $1 million mark. And granted, not everyone wants to make $1 million in a year. Some people are happy making 500,000, 200,000, whatever the number is that you want to make. I want you to have those numbers written out for your yearly, for your weekly, for your monthly, for your daily. Like, let's get clear with our numbers and let's write it down. So now you're not wishing for something. You're not wishing for a goal. You have concrete ideas, numbers, whatever, for you to achieve your goal now. Now you went from wishing to actually achieving it. And now let's make it happen. Because once you have the numbers, you know how many calls you need to make. You know how many people you need to have in your webinar. You know how many new people you need to meet. Because referral business, to keep it growing, you have to meet new people. Every day you need to be out there shaking hands, giving out cards. Once you have the numbers, you work backwards and you can create anything you want. And I had that epiphany today for something that I already knew, but this is one of the benefits of going through this and teaching you guys. I'm teaching myself also. So I'm getting better at it. So I have my numbers. Maybe tomorrow I'll break it down with you guys and show you how I did my numbers and what I'm looking to do. Because this year, by next year, this time, I want to have $1 million just off of my mortgages. That's my goal. I have it documented now. So let's see, 360 something days next. 360 something days left. Oh, just showing off her math. 359 days. When it comes back, let's see. I know I'm gonna hit it, but it's fun just having that video so I can show the video and be like, see, remember when I did that? Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is the real Mr. Marcelle, aka Malcom Marcelle, aka your home, your favorite loan officer. Thank you for watching. This is the journey, the podcast, the series, whatever you want to call it. We'll definitely change this name. But over and out. Anything for the people? Stay woke. No, I'm absolutely tired, by the way.